Okay, in this video we're going to improve on this button and make it look a little bit better. So I'm going to zoom in on the button. Okay, so now I've got my zoom tool. I've zoomed in on the button. And one of the nice things about button symbols is that you can actually have more than one layer, just like you can in movie clip symbols or just like you can on the Scene 1 timeline. So I can add another layer. And so what I'll do is I will copy this shape right here. So edit and hit copy, right? And then I can make a new layer and I can paste it right there. So I'll just paste that, or just actually I'll just do edit, paste in place, meaning paste in the same place. And that's really handy. Now on this new layer, what I could do is I could start playing possibly with some other mixing for this piece. So I've got a color here. I'm going to switch it to basically, and also I'll just highlight that, select it. Notice which layer is selected when I do that, right? My color mixer here, and switch to a linear gradient, right? And I kind of wanted that color back. So maybe I can, well, I'll just do this. I'll pick a green here, right? So I've got green on one side. And on the other side, let's see here, I'll do light green. So I also need a green here. There we go. That's kind of like a lightish, yellowish green. Maybe I'll pick that up higher. So now I have a gradient going from green to light green. And then what I can do is I can just get my paint bucket and I can click and drag and spread the gradient, or click and drag up and spread the gradient from light to dark. So now I have a gradient on my button. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to improve this. So I'll go in here and I'll say, you know what, I want to improve that. I'm going to slide this over here. Okay, and then I'll make a new tab right here. And I want this to be maybe a lighter green also, to create that effect of a shadow or a reflection in the button. And you can see right now what that did to the button. If I deselect, you can see it's add almost like a little bit of a gel effect to the button. Now what I can do is I can take this and select it, and then get my transform tool, and I can drag it in a little bit here, and it's snapping, right? And I don't want that snap, so I'm going to go to view, and I'm going to turn off snapping. Snap align, snap to guide, snap to objects. I want to just turn off snapping right now. View, snapping, and see if I can, yeah, that's a little bit better. Pull that in a little bit, pull that up a little bit, pull that in a little bit, pull that down a little bit. So now it adds another kind of a layer or depth layer to the button and gives it a good look, right? And then the next thing I could do is I could add a highlight onto it. So let's try to do that. So what I'll do with the highlight is I will create a new layer, and since we pasted before that piece that was underneath, it's still in our clipboard in memory, in buffer memory. So what I'll do is I'll just say edit, paste in place again, and I'll get that sucker to paste right on top again. Now on this one I want to do something different. I'm going to once again get a linear gradient, and what I want to do is I want to do white to white. So what, I'll pull that off, and I'm going to make this one white. I just double clicked on the chip to get to the white, and I'll make this one white, and I want this one to be see-through, and let's make another one too. Get that, I'll put that like that. I get another chip here, that's white. So I've got three, oops, I have four. I have three white chips. 1, 2, 3, and I want this white chip right here to be alpha all the way to 0, so it's transparent. And then I want this chip right here to be alpha 0 all the way so it's transparent also. Okay. And now I will get I'm going to lock the other two layers so I don't accidentally work on the bottom two layers. Get my paint bucket and click and drag, or click and drag like this, right? And I'm starting to work with this gradient. Now, with this gradient that's on top, what I might want to do is, notice the alpha didn't really take on this chip. So I'll just, once again, alpha that to 0. Now I can see a checkerboard. So now it's alpha here, not alpha in the center. And then the center chip, double click on that chip, I'm going to alpha that to 50. Okay, and now I'll deselect, and you'll see I have a highlight in there. And so I will click and drag, click and drag, click and drag. And I've got now a nice little highlight in there. And what I'm going to do is select this and change and increase the intensity of that middle chip from 49% up to 65%. Now get my move tool, deselect, and there's that highlight. Now what I want to do is I'm going to once again get the transform tool, select it, and bring it in, bring it down, bring it in, bring this one up, then deselect, and now you can see I have this highlight that's functioning right there. And I'm enjoying that. And I can move it up so that it works in a nice way. Now I go back to scene 1 and get my regular select tool. And I want to zoom back out to 100% and take a look at it. All right. And now I've got a nice button with a decent effect on it. Maybe it's not perfect. Needs still maybe quite a bit of work to make it really have a nice gel effect. Maybe I need some other kinds of work done on it. Maybe a shadow effect, which I could put underneath too. And maybe I'll show you that next.